Hello, everyone. Today, together with Merna, a digital marketer from Egypt, we are starting our series of short streams about various topics which we think are relevant for humanity in the 21st century. And as our first topic for the discussion today, Merna suggested that we look at the phenomenon of influencers. So, Mena, what do you have in general to say about this influencer trend that is going on around the world?
Hi, Mr. Andy. It's very nice being with you in these discussions. Influencers, like they're everywhere. Everyone wants to be an influencer. More people want to be an influencer than a traditional job. I think it's like it will change how the jobs, how the market works, how we make money, maybe. I think like their influence is big on how our world works, even though they are like in the virtual world of the internet.
Uh-huh, okay. And when we hear influencers, who do these people actually influence, from what you can observe?
Well, usually they influence like the younger audience, people like as young as 12, maybe even younger, since most kids now watch have access to the internet easily, and all the way until like people in their 30s, which were like the age that grew up with the internet and were the first people to watch influencers and be influenced by them.
Okay. Well, actually, what you are saying actually makes me think. I read an article maybe like a year ago, and there is an interesting kind of sub trend that there are certain influencers over the age of 60 or 70. I think this trend is, well, what was reported mostly in the United States. And it's interesting that the followers of such senior elderly influencers are people in their 30s or 40s. And they really like following people in their 60s, 70s, and 80s. I think also we had a post about it on our Instagram for the art of being human, maybe like a year ago. Maybe I should look into it a little later and share the link below. Good. And what is the situation? You also researched a little the influencer trends in your country, in Egypt. What is the situation there?
Well, the situation in Egypt, it's a little more primitive in a way. Like it's still starting. The influencers in the US, where they have like influencers everywhere, influencers on TV, on series, making their own music videos. It's not really like that. It's like the early days of the internet. Their influence is just on the younger audience, and usually they themselves, like the influencers, are young, like between the ages of 18 to like 20 something. And yeah, it's still like a growing trend, I guess.
And in your research, did you have a chance to notice how the influencers, when they are earning all this money, how are they managing their wealth in from the point of view of financial literacy? Are they just throwing out the money, or are they maybe supporting some social causes?
Well, I guess there is like this type and that type mostly, but because we are a bit of a conservative, superstitious, you could say, society, people won't really brag about their wealth a lot unless like they are mega influencers that like can shoot music videos and stuff. But those are very, very rare. Like most influencers would rather not speak too much about how much they earn and like keep it a secret. But it's
Okay, I
they're
see.
obviously earning well better than an average employee.
Okay, good. Yeah, maybe like as our last point, you would like you researched something around the topic and you want to mention some point at the end of this discussion?
Well, I think influencers are like a growing thing in Egypt, like I said before. A little girl, or like a teenage girl, her father wanted to promote his small coffee shop. So he told her, like, make me an advertisement and stuff. So she was like, okay, what's the budget? He said, no, there is no budget. You're my daughter. She was like, okay. And she made sort of like a funny scripted video, like, oh, here is our coffee shop. Come visit our coffee shop. Who's like just like humming voices, like, because she can't put copyrighted music on advertisements. And it worked. Like the video blew up, it became viral, and the girl came on host a night show. So I think
Okay.
like influencers have the potential to like be something bigger than they are now.
And in which city is the cafe?
I think it's in Cairo, but like in a little at the outskirts, the new cities they are building.
Okay, wonderful. Interesting story. Good. So I
Yes.
think that's it, guys, that we wanted to touch on around the big topic of influencers today, and expect to hear more topics discussed in our streams at a later time. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.